Well, he comes home to an environment where we're less than 6 months before the midterm elections, where cost of living and affordability tops voters' concerns, and he comes home to a war that he's continuing managing and negotiation. So a lot of challenges, I think, for Republicans and the president as we sit here today.
So, I mean, it seems like, boy, you start with tariffs, then you go to the war. These are issues that they don't poll well with the public, yet the president seems, really focused on some of those policies here. What do you think the strategy is behind that as you think about some of the policies coming out of the White House here?
So I think the president has certain core beliefs, right? If you go back and you rewatch his 2015 speech where he first announced his candidacy for the presidency, tariffs featured. That Iran could never have a nuclear weapon. All these themes played into that speech. So I think there's certain core beliefs, and the president feels that these are policies that he wants to, see out and play out in his second term.
I have to ask about your research note, which is the note that no one want to speaketh of. Going from quarterly to semi-annual European earnings. In this room, there's a leaden silence about this. What's the polling at Barclays? What do people want?
So, last week the SEC put out this proposal that would give U.S. public companies the option to elect to report semi-annually rather than quarterly. So it's not a mandate that we're moving from quarterly to semi-annually. And our view is that most companies likely will continue to report quarterly if the SEC proceeds as we expect to finalize this rule later this year. I do think we're going to see a robust comment period where we'll get people on both sides of it weighing in. Comments are due July 6th.
Yeah, but I would suggest Barclays has an absolutely unique perspective here coming out of London as well. What's your study of the efficacy of a European every 6 months?
Yeah, so the Europeans and the UK moved to semi-annually back in the early 2010s.
I did not know that.
And so what we saw was, when it first came out, just under half of companies in the European stock 600 reported semi-annually, but over time that has actually moved up. So now today, a majority, 52% of companies continue to report quarterly in Europe, notwithstanding that they're not required to.
I guess I was brought up that more information, more transparency is better, creates more, just better capital markets, deeper capital markets. Is there data to support that? That's just kind of the world I kind of grew up in.
Yeah, I think we're very accustomed here in the U.S. to the quarterly reporting calendar that's been in place since 1970. I think for those that are looking to, give companies more flexibility, there's confidence that the market can decide what's the appropriate reporting cadence. And I think there's also a view that there could be positives from moving to semi-annual reporting, right? Though the SEC in its proposal acknowledges that the cost savings to companies is fairly de minimis, about $200,000 a year.